Chris, are we ready for me to kick off?
We are ready.
Fantastic. And is Fred on the line as well?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Fred, how are you?
Beautiful. It's,
Good.
Weather has 29 degrees today, so can't complain.
Okay, well, we've heard enough from you then. You've just used up your 30 minutes. We don't want to hear anything else. Folks, I'm really happy to have an opportunity to just spend a few minutes and kick off this call. I can't tell you how excited I am. I actually have little goosebumps as I say that. And if you've heard me talk, and if you've heard me talk about these programs and these types of opportunities, you'll know that it's come from a place that's involved a lot of thought, a lot of conversation, and a lot of feedback. I just want to give you a little background in terms of this project itself, and just take you through a couple of steps for how we got here today. Fred and I, we have a business relationship and a friendship that goes back well over 10 years. It started out in the industry. He really has taken a liking, I think, to our industry and a lot of the people in it, and he's built a great reputation for inspiring people within our industry to look at their business a little bit differently and really connect with their customers. And about a year and a half ago, we were having lunch at a Mexican restaurant here in Toronto, and we started talking about this book idea. And I thought it was just a really different, unique perspective of looking at how you market to your clients. And it used to be, a lot of you, if you've been in the industry for a long time, you would have done yellow page ads, newspaper ads, traditional print ads, spent a lot of money and just hoped that the phone would ring. And my sense is, in the last few years, a lot of you are exploring on social media, connecting with an audience on social media, and to different degrees of success in doing that. And as we started talking about a book and what a book meant, and it meant the opportunity to connect with your prospects, with your clients, with your referral partners in such a way to help you build credibility, to have a leave behind that's much more meaningful than a business card, and to make a connection with people and through your referral partners, and to have a reason to give something to a potential past client, referral partner, and say, hey, if you know someone, maybe you could pass this along, and to leave something meaningful behind. It was just an idea that I really, really loved. As we started working with our marketing folks internally, Catherine and the marketing team really got excited about it. The regional leadership got really excited about it. And the feedback since we've done our soft launch with the summit attendees has been beyond fantastic. And you might have actually seen a lot of people already in terms of how they promote it, how they use it. And that brings us almost to the present day, which is when we're at Summit, one of our valuable partners, First National, Ben Cow, said, this is a really great idea. And we've got an amazing business relationship with this guy named Chris Johnstone, who a number of you have seen at different symposiums, and you've been part of his sessions. And First Nat just said, we want to help support this in any way possible. And if we can bring the concept of social media and new media marketing to a traditional marketing medium, that could be something really, really cool. And so Chris has been working with us the last couple of months to build the webinars, to build some tools, and tools that we're going to make available to you going forward as well, to help market this program. And even if the book program for you isn't a raving success, you're going to pick up tools, tidbits, just by participating in these webinars, having access to Fred and Chris, having access to the way that they look at the market. Maybe you'll even apply it, and I know they may not want to hear it right now, but maybe you'll apply some of those learnings in different opportunities that you have down the road. And Chris is certainly a resource, Fred is certainly a resource, as are we. So that's a little bit of the history. The book itself, it's a mortgage guide, and it's pretty comprehensive. We've done a lot of research, a lot of edits, a lot of rewrites, It's current. It's got the last round of down payment changes in there. It's current as of today. There's certainly an opportunity for you to customize it. The people who I see that leverage it and leverage it effectively talk about, here is my guide, here is something I participated in, here are my books, and there's lots of different ways to personalize it and take ownership over it. And I just hope that that you'll see the opportunities in this, and I believe after hearing from Fred and from Chris that you will. And I'm excited because it's unique in the marketplace. It's just a different way to approach your business. And you know that I think that TMG is unique in terms of our value proposition and our reputation in the marketplace. So to be able to bring you unique tools makes me really excited. So I'm sorry I've already taken up this much time, but I also want to just invite all of you. I mean, you know how to get in touch with me. Many of you do on a regular basis. Give me your feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Send me a note, pick up the phone, and if I can ever be of assistance or a resource, just call me directly. I'd be happy to. So with that, I'm going to hand it back to Fred and to Chris, and thank you all for your time and for joining today.
Wow, that's awesome, Mark. Thank
Beautiful
you.
insight.
Yeah. And so with that, we've got a little bit of format here. We're going to start with Fred, and we're going to be going through just his expertise. Fred really is an incredible expert in launching a book and getting results from it. So we're going to have a conversation, just trying to pick out the best resources for you to give you essentially what you need in order to make sure that your book is successful when you order it. And then after that conversation, we're going to roll into a little presentation that I've put together for you on how to leverage social media and get the best results from the book. So Fred, if it's okay with you, I've got just a couple of questions. I figure we'll kick off a conversation and we'll go from there, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So I figured the first thing and the first big question really is, why a book?
A few quick reasons for it. Well, number one reason that I've seen throughout the years is it gives a perception of being an expert. Psychologically makes your clients and partners feel like you are an expert within that industry. And everyone knows a mortgage broker, their friends, family, neighbors, but this helps them justify in their minds why they should use you over everybody else. Your partners, for example, like realtors, will believe you will take care of your clients more effectively than other brokers will. Everybody wants to partner up with an expert, and a book gives the perception and the feeling that you are an expert in the industry. Another reason is longevity. No one ever throws away a book. Even if they do not want to use it or do not want to keep it, they will pass it on to somebody else. And this helps your brand and marketing continue within the marketplace. And it's actually cheaper than a cup of coffee. The other third reason is retention and attrition. Successful brokers know it's not only getting new clients, but retaining your clients and bringing back the clients that you have lost, which is your attrition rate. Now, giving a book to an old client can actually increase your attrition and retention. So dramatically, this book will help you get new clients, your retention will go up, and your attrition rate will go up. Now, just imagine the power of reinforcing your brand when every office in a business has your book on their desk. And the secret is not to have your book circulating in somebody's office. The secret actually is to make sure wherever people turn, they keep seeing your books over and over and over again. And then what happens is in a conversation, when someone says, I need a refinance, I'm buying a house, they automatically think about you. Your name comes up. So in essence, a project like this, just imagine getting one new client, one new refinance, one new referral. This is a complete game changer in the industry. Essentially a summary of why a book is so important.
Excellent. And now, because you are the expert and have a lot of experience in launching books, how has a book impacted your business?
Now, I'll share a bit about my experience because I've had books circulating for probably about 10 years, but we've done so many books with different clients. And what we found, for me personally, in 15 years, I've never experienced a stronger strategy to stand out in my marketplace. Books used effectively directly impacts an increase in your business. Now, it instantly shifts the client's mindsets and the partners in wanting to work with you. They feel comfortable even referring your name. I've never had a client call me saying, someone gave me your coffee mug, Fred. But countless times I've had new clients call me saying they got my book from somebody else's office. I've given books to clients and they have instantly said, I should connect you to somebody that could use your services. It's an instant referral trigger. I've had clients call me after having my books in their office for years. They never needed it at that point in time, but they never throw it away. And years later, they see it at the right time, at the right place when they needed my services. Right? I've even had clients come to me at different events, and they've known me, not because they've met me, but because they saw my book in somebody else's office or their friend's homes. Right? That's the power and the impact a book actually has. In short, there's no other marketing that has a direct impact on your sales like leveraging a book can. And especially in this industry right now, because it's a game changer. It's not, everybody's not doing it. It is brand new, not only for TMG, but for the industry itself.
Yeah. And with that, what about this particular book? So what is this book that we're talking about here on today's event?
Absolutely. To give you a visual, it's an 88-page book. Now, the first 10 pages are customized to you as a broker. Your contact information, your biography, your company profile, testimonials, and so forth. The cover is also branded to you with your picture and your name on it. And the rest of the book is content that educates your clients on the process they need to expect when obtaining their mortgage. Right? Some of the basic questions that your clients and your potential clients would have, that usually the conversation you'd have in the first meeting, the mortgage process, different kind of down payments, and so forth.
Excellent. And as mentioned, everything is up to date according to the latest changes. So, so that's the book. How do we use the book, essentially?
Oh, there are so many strategies. Let me cover some of them. But before we uncover the strategies, let's understand the principle. The principle is getting the book to as many people as possible. It only works if you influx it through the whole marketplace. Now, unfortunately, I've seen too many people hold on to their books and slowly, one by one, give them away. And a year later, they've hardly given any away, and they're a trophy on their shelf in the office. The more people have your books, the more people talk about you. I have realtors I run into, actually, that walk by and say, Fred, I have a few copies of your book in my office. And when they say I have a few copies of your book in my office, that to me is extremely powerful because I'm in their minds every single day because of it. Now, some of the strategies that I've seen work for myself, but I've also seen work within your industry that creates results. One is Learn to Learn. The conferences that you do throughout the year. Now, I don't care if they already have my book, they're getting another one. There's so many lunch and learns that happen within this industry. Also, the conferences that your partners do. Realtors, financial planners, lawyers, not only are you connecting to their people, but you're solidifying your relationships with the partners by giving them value for their clients. One of my favorites is golf tournaments, and I'm not even a golfer, right? But this is one of my favorites, and here's what I do with it every time. I don't give it to the organizers to put it into their bags. I ask them to put a book on everyone's golf carts. Now that's 4 hours of my books circulating in front of their face while they're golfing, and then everybody walks back at the same time, and everybody sees that everybody has my book. It becomes a conversation piece. And there are also other events in your city, your hobbies, the things that you enjoy doing. There's always events around those, and go connect with them, and the organizers will always love to have an extra piece to give to their bags, right? Partners' offices, very powerful. I would sign 5 books and give it to your accountants, lawyers, realtors to give to their clients to leave in their offices. Now there's also your existing database. You can sign every book and send it to your existing clients, just saying thank you to them, right? Just another reminder, another reason to actually touch with them, but giving them value, not just sending them something to annoy their time, right? Realtors, there's an actual section in the back of the book that's a chapter, Why Use a Realtor. That's in there for a purpose because you can sign your name on that chapter and then give it to your realtor partners. Now you're actually supporting their business as well, and in turn, they start supporting your business. My biggest favorite is charities. Absolutely my favorite. Every charity event, just give away books. The organizers would love to give away books to their attendees at that point in time. But the difference for a charity event is now you're the person in the community that supports charities. And that's how your name gets branded as well. There's a lot of trade shows and also friends that run companies, gifts to everyone, Christmas gifts, so forth and so forth. There's so many different ways of getting this book out. But those are some of the ones that we've seen work tremendously in order to create results.
Awesome. That's, man, there's a lot of different ways to get exposure. So,
absolutely. The list goes on and on and on.
So how that directly translates into orders. How many books do people need? How many should they order? How do they judge the right amount?
Now, I follow a basic principle on how to judge it, because everyone's going to need different volume of books based on their market, their business, how long they've been in the business, so forth. But a good way to judge it is I say do not hold on to books for more than a year. So you want to calculate how many books you would need for the next approximate 12 months to 18 months at the most. Right? And here's how to judge the basics of it. First, I ask people, how many clients do you have in your database? Whatever clients you have in your database, take 75% of that. Because essentially you might not have everybody's addresses, so forth. But first thing is get the book out to your clients. They're your biggest supporters. They've already used you. Now you're giving them a tool. You're giving them something they can use to hand over to their network. Right? How many mini events do you go to in a year with your realtors, first-time home buyers, financial planners, so forth? Add all those events up for the next 12 months, and approximately how many attendees will be in those events. Right? Make sure everybody gets the book every time. Right? Does not matter if they already have the book. I want people to have 5 of my books. Right? Every time they get one, it reinforces you. An extra one, so just pass it along to somebody else. Golf tournaments, I ask myself 2 to 3 main golf tournaments that I want to connect with, which are the greatest attendees that are relevant to my business, my kind of clientele, and I make sure every single one of them gets a book during that. Right, so I'd add those numbers into the pot as well. Your main partners that you work with, 5 books for each of their offices, so I add that to the main number. I choose 3 main charities every year, and how many people attend that charity event, be it a gala event and so forth. And the big piece is we do work with a lot of realtors. So how many realtors do you know or have access to, and make sure everybody gets a book.
That's awesome.
That way you can ask yourself how many books you as an individual could use in a year.
Man, when you add up all the different opportunities that you have to get the book out there and all of the different networking things that people do, that really adds up in a short period of time.
Absolutely. To me, if you look at it, if you're a seasoned broker, you've been in the business for a long time, you have a lot of clients, a lot of contacts, absolutely you're going to need more books. But to me, even if you're a brand new broker coming into the market, it's such a powerful way to leverage and fast forward your brand and marketing. The magic number, what I'm finding in the industry, even when you're a new broker, is between 300 to 500 books. If you're out there building a full-time business, even on your first year, you're going to meet 500 people through events, golf tournaments, charity events, so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So 300 to 500. And yeah, it sounds like a daunting number, but when you actually start thinking about all of the different people that you're going to meet, it's really easy to get up to that number.
Well, just think about it. Even if you're a brand new broker, you just got licensed, well, how many friends and family members do you have, right? That alone. If you're a golfer, even if you're not a golfer, one golf tournament will have approximately at least 100 to 150 people. Now, if you did 3 of those, right, you look at charity events, a gala charity event will usually have about 100 people in there. You did 3 of those in the summer, throughout the year. When you start working with real estate offices, how many realtors are in some of the offices that you're trying to create partnerships with, that you're trying to get your name out with? Now, you just add those up, and you've already hit 500.
Yeah.
The secret behind this strategy is how quickly can you get the books out. The faster you can get the books out, the faster your name and your brand gets out.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And one thing that I forgot to do just before we got into it, Fred, and I apologize, is just to let everybody know that if you have any specific questions for Fred or for myself during the webinar, just go ahead and type those into the chat panel on the GoToWebinar dashboard, and we get access to those on our side, so we'll make sure that we answer those for you. So any questions that you have for Fred, feel free to type those into the chat box there, and we'll make sure to get those answered for you.
And also,
and Fred,
we're available at any time. I know I've talked to a lot of brokers already about some of their personal strategies and so forth. You're welcome to get in touch with me at any time. I'd be happy to help in any which way I can.
Excellent. And what's the best email for people to reach out on, Fred?
It's my name, and I believe it will be on the structure as well, but it's fred@fredsorcari.com. So just fred@fredsorcari.com.
Okay, great. And we do have that on a slide at the end. I just wanted to make sure that people have it. So if it's okay, we'll transition at this point, but thank you so much for sharing. It's very valuable, and I think that in itself is enough of a reason to really implement the strategy and get these books working. And we're just going to provide a little bit more information on how we can leverage social media to get even more exposure.
Thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate your time.
Oh, thanks again, Fred. And with that, we'll hop in. So, did you hear? Social media has really started to take over, and I know all of us, we kind of understand how technology is changing, but I thought it would be really interesting for us to start with this post from Mark Zuckerberg. So August 27th of last year, he put out a very interesting Facebook post that Facebook, for the first time ever, had 1 billion people use Facebook in a single day. And that's significant because that's 1 out of 7 people on Earth logged into Facebook in 1 day, which is just incredible when you think about that. And what we want to do is not try and connect you with absolutely everybody that is using social media or that's on social media, but what we want to do is just help you leverage this into a tool so that you can very quickly and easily connect with your database, your warm network, all of the people that you're networking with, using all the ideas that Fred gave us, that you've got a quick and easy way to connect with that person, remind them about the book, and again, just create a broader spread of your book and your marketing, and really solidifying your brand in the marketplace and with your database. And Facebook is a great way to do it, just because so many of our clients and customers are now using this as a daily communication tool. If you look at social media in general, 59% of people in Facebook have an account, and those numbers are actually a little bit dated. We haven't seen them published by Facebook yet, so we're not using them, but statistics are roughly 65% of Canadians are now on Facebook. And if you think about that from a database perspective, you have the ability to communicate with your database on a very personal connectivity level in a very, very short period of time. And it's also, I thought, relevant to look at the usage compared to LinkedIn and Twitter. So roughly 30% of Canadians are on LinkedIn, 25% of them are on Twitter, and 16% of them on Instagram. So if you're looking at getting the greatest result from your output of effort, Facebook is definitely the social network that you should be investing your time into before all of the other social media networks. And the whole purpose to this is our customers, our clients, have changed the way that they communicate. So do you remember this? This is a Motorola, one of their original pagers. And in our businesses, just 10 short years ago, if somebody needed to get a hold of you right away, they would call your pager number, it would buzz, and then you'd have to drive around to find a payphone so that you could actually call this person back, right? Same thing with the fax machine. It was 5 short years ago that if you didn't have a fax machine in your office, you just couldn't do business. People needed to be able to communicate with you using these devices. And if you look at how technology has changed our lives and the way that our customers have changed the way that they communicate and want to be communicated with, the pager has been replaced with text messaging. In today's marketplace, if you're not texting back and forth between your clients, you're going to lose clients because that's how they want to communicate. Same thing with the fax machine. Can you fathom trying to run your business without email right now? The way that our clients and customers are going is shifting into using social media as a communication tool. It's already happening in businesses right now. If you're not already, I already know from speaking with many of you that you are getting private messages from clients. We see it in our businesses and in our Done For You clients' businesses all of the time. People are using social media networks as the new communication tools that are starting to replace text messaging. And we want you to be in front of that curve to make sure that you've got the greatest connection with your database and you're able to get your book out to as many of these people as possible. And because our clients have changed the way that they need to communicate, we need to just get you to a specific point on your social media channels where your database is segmented properly and you have the ability to communicate with your clients and they have the ability to communicate with you. And then I'm going to give you a couple of templates that you can use to share the word about your book and distribute it to a large portion of your database in a very short period of time. And in order to do that, we need a plan and focus. So there are three major strategies that we can use on social media to promote your book. The first is email marketing. So taking your database, leveraging email to get that message out to your clients. Now, that's not going to connect you with everybody in your database, but it's going to connect you with a good portion of your database so that you can get that message out to those people. The second is engaging your past clients in your center of influence through your social media channels. And then the third is advertising. And advertising is such a big chunk because what we can do is leverage this book into a positioning piece that frames you as the expert and the person in your local marketplace that people feel they need to reach out to for advice. And that's such a big topic and so important. We've actually set up a second webinar event where we're just going to teach you how to take your book, turn it into an advertising campaign on Facebook, and use it as a lead generation and branding tool in your business. And we're going to send out the details on the dates and everything after this webinar. So make sure you stay tuned and you attend that event as well because we have another webinar just to show you how to use advertising to get this book out there. In this webinar, for the rest of the time that we have here, we're going to focus specifically on just connecting with your database using natural organic tools without advertising. So let's get started. Our first plan is email marketing. And what we've done is we've taken a template for you, and this is for you to swipe and to change and modify so that it fits your language and your voice, and then deploy out to your database in order to really engage these people. And again, this is a fantastic way to get great engagement from the people that you're already connected with and your existing database. Now, I won't go through the whole template, but you have access to this, and Catherine will give you more information on that at the end here when we wrap up. So you have access to the slides from today's event. You're also getting access to the recording of this event, and you get access to these templates that you're getting as well. So again, you just take it and deploy it out to your database of past clients. Now, following up that email, after you launch that email out to your database, we have social networking, where you're actually going out and making direct connections with people from your database and offering them the book and giving them the ability to share it with everybody that they have in their network, post it on their social channels, and really start to get that viral spread of your book and your brand building in their network. Now, before you can network with those people, you have to connect with them. And the reason why we put this information in here is because most of us haven't gone through the steps that we need to take our database and connect with all of those people on social media. So what I'm going to do is walk you through the slides on how to do it. We're going to go reasonably quickly through this. Just know that you're not to be implementing the steps while we're on the webinar here, but you have access to the replay and to the slides that you can go through after the event and get this done and get this implemented. So the first thing that we need to do, and you'll excuse me, I've got to move this out of the way here. The first thing that we need to do is log into your personal account on Facebook. And it is my recommendation that you make this connection on your personal profile because you will get a better response from connecting with people using your personal profile. When you look at Facebook marketing, when people get a request from a business page to like a business page, that is seen by people in the marketplace as marketing and advertising to them. And it is viewed completely different from getting a friend request and starting a relationship with somebody. So the reason why we recommend that you use your personal profile to connect with your past clients is because it helps position that personal relationship that you have with that person, and that our internal systems are showing that we get more referrals and we get better results by networking with people through your personal profiles. So in order to upload your database on your personal profile, you log into Facebook, and then up in the top right-hand corner, you see the picture of the two people. You click on there, and then you click the section that says Find Friends. That will take you to a page that lists all of the people that have sent you friend requests and then some suggestions. What you're looking at is over on the right-hand side where I've got that red arrow. You're going to click on the mail icon on the right-hand side. It's going to open a pop-up on your screen, and it's going to give you 5 different options on how you can upload your database to Facebook so that Facebook can invite people to become your friends on Facebook. You want to go down to the bottom, select Other Tools, and then click on Find Friends. What that's going to do is allow you to upload your CRM file to Facebook so that Facebook can send those friend requests out. So in order to complete this step, you need your database. And I don't recommend that you give them all of your information. All that needs to be in that file is name, email address, and phone number. Facebook can find those people using that information. So you export your database of past clients into a .csv file. That's comma separated values. And when you click export, most database programs have the ability to export into CSV. If they don't, again, as Mark mentioned at the beginning of the call, you have access to me, and I can help you with this stuff. So if you run into technical questions, we're more than happy to help you out. So you take that file that you export from your CRM, and you upload it by clicking on the Browse button, selecting the file, and then click on Upload Contacts. What Facebook will do is automatically find all of those people on Facebook and send them a friend request so that those people can connect with you. Now, what that allows you to do is network with your database through your personal profile. So when you make a status update, you can send posts and updates that you put on Facebook just to your past clients once they become your friends on Facebook. And in order to do that, you'll notice that beside the post button, there's another button that says public. Very few people click on it, but what that allows you to do is to send your status updates to specific people that you're friends with on Facebook. And you can create lists of all the different people that you have in all the different areas of your life and show status updates to just those people. So my recommendation is that you create a list of just your past clients and show status updates about the book just to the people that you have as past clients. So I put together some examples for you. of good posts that you can put out in the marketplace. This is a great one from David Skinner, who has already implemented the strategy, and you can see the actual photo of the book. It looks fantastic, and it's a simple post. Excited to share my new book. Let me help walk you through the steps to get you home. And you can see that simple post without any advertising or any promotion generated 32 comments and 88 likes, and that screenshot is a little bit dated. Those numbers continue to go up as more people from his personal database see that message and engage with it on social media. Here's another example, and obviously I have not produced the book, so we have a template of the book here that's not absolutely finished, but this is just an example of what we would want as a post. And the copy for this post says, "So pleased to announce my new book. This personal guide to mortgages is a must-have for anyone getting ready to purchase or refinance. Get it now and then you give people the ordering instructions right there in the post on how they can get a copy. I never do this, but please like, comment, and share this post and engage people to share your book with as many of their personal connections as possible." Another example of this is going into your database and using your book just to network with professional partners. So in this particular example, we're targeting this to realtors. And one strategy that we've actually implemented this in is going into private groups on Facebook and going into just your area has basically all of the realtors inside a Facebook group. And what we've been doing is going into those private groups and just saying, hey, this is a great resource for you to give to your clients when they get involved in the process, and then we post in that group. And here's an example of how you can do that by posting on your regular Facebook profile, but also inside those private groups on Facebook. And it says, "Attention business owners, looking for a mortgage but struggling to fit into the bank's box? My new book has the information you need to know to get the right mortgage for your needs." And then we've got the call to action. So you could go into all kinds of different groups as far as real estate groups or handyman groups, and just target the specific people that are in that group with the content that's in the book. Again, this template that you have access to for this advertisement is designed for first-time homebuyers. So buying your first home can be a fun yet challenging experience. My new book can help you make sure you know everything you need to get the right mortgage, and then your call to action goes at the bottom. So these simple Facebook posts really can help you get in front of the right people and get this shared with the right people in order to generate new leads, really build your brand in the local marketplace, and generate new clients for you. Now, don't forget, even though we are focused primarily on your personal page, don't forget to post this on your business page as well. And when you do, make sure that you take a photo with you holding your book and post it on the business page. The reason why is that studies show that posts with photos will get up to double the amount of comments and roughly 50% more likes than posts that doesn't have that image. So make sure that you stay tuned for the email for our next webinar event, where we're going to be showing you how to generate new leads from social advertising. And I'm going to show you how to use Facebook ads to target each of those individual markets to be able to generate leads from first-time home buyers, from contractors, from groups of real estate professionals. It's going to be a fantastic event. I think you're really going to like it. So Catherine, I know that you wanted to pop in and provide some additional information here at the end of the webinar. I just want to thank everybody for their time, Fred and Mark and everybody for putting this event together. Fine folks at First National for sponsoring the event. I'm just very thankful and happy to be here with you and to be part of it. And I wish you all the absolute best with the promotion of your book. This works, and I urge you to get involved with it. And in order to do so, I've got Fred's email and also the phone number on there so that you can place your order to get started on your book production right away.
Great. Well, thank you so much to Chris, Fred, and Mark for this great webinar. I just wanted to let everybody know that we have launched a page that details a lot of this information, as well as pricing and quantities, and there's some more videos and testimonials and all sorts of other information on BrokerNet. It is right on the dashboard when you launch BrokerNet, right under the order section, and I will be sending out some more details in the next couple of days via email. So thanks everybody, and thanks to our presenters for a great webinar.
Excellent. Thanks so much, and I'll get you the recording as soon as I can. And again, thanks everybody for your time. Hope you have a great day.
Thanks. Bye.